644, welcome back. After nearly 2 months of the stay-at-home order that limited what businesses could do across the state, the governor suddenly lifting that order on Monday based on certain projections. And joining us this morning to talk about the decision is Assemblyman Vince Fong. Vince, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, did it catch you by surprise when this happened?
Well, we heard some rumblings, but it caught everybody by surprise. The governor has certainly lifted the stay-at-home order restrictions, which we wanted, but he did it in the least transparent way possible. And that's led to a lot of confusion. You know, in times of crisis, we need more transparency. We need more clarity. The governor can't keep changing the rules without presenting the data behind the projections that he's using. And so the public is rightfully frustrated, and so are we as members of the legislature in trying to understand these inconsistencies in his methodology that right now defies logic.
Now, he has talked about not releasing the data because it would be quote unquote confusing for the general person, but why wouldn't he then release it to assembly members and or state senators?
Well, we've been demanding the data and the projections for months now, and I think that's the frustration that you're seeing. Californians are fed up, and so is the legislature, and it doesn't make sense in times of crisis not to be more transparent. This is the time that we need to be more open and provide the public with all the information that's happening so that they can understand what's going on. I mean, there are real consequences to all these things. We're upending, I mean, the governor's upending lives. It's impacting businesses that are trying to survive. It's working families who are concerned about their kids and their mental health and their academic achievement. I mean, there are millions of Californians that are unemployed that want to go back to work. These are serious issues, and the governor needs to come clean and show his work and tell us what is behind all these projections that he's using to make these decisions. You
know, the governor balked almost during the press conference yesterday when someone questioned the release and the changeover, the ending of the stay-at-home order, because that the impeachment was gaining steam. Do you put any credence behind that?
You know, I'm not going to, I guess, question the governor's motives here. I mean, right now, what I do know is that Californians are upset and they're frustrated, and they deserve full transparency in what's happening as we try to get through this pandemic that we're all dealing with. We need to take this pandemic seriously, but when we're asking the public to sacrifice, it needs to, the governor and his administration needs to present all the data behind all his projections, because that is the only way we're going to build back trust. And right now, the governor has lost credibility, and we need transparency, especially in times of crisis.
Assemblymember Vince Fong joining us live this morning. Appreciate you sharing your insight with us. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.